Women of the Wild Outdoors is presented by Scheels, your next exploration destination, and is proudly partnered with Pheasants Forever, Quail Forever, National Conservation Leaders for Habitat, Sturm Ruger Inc., rugged, reliable firearms, Haley Vine's Outdoor Collection for Women, Native, performance dog food, RZ Masks, ride hard, breathe easy, Cowgirl Tough and Be Tough Jeans, unbelievable fit. Aiming for a Cure Foundation, helping pediatric oncology patients and their families with support and care. Welcome to Nacogdoches, Texas, home of the Pruitts, Carrie, Lori, Kimberly, and Caroline. The Pruitts are an all-American East Texas family, average in every way, with one notable exception. 16-year-old Caroline just happens to be one of the world's most accomplished big game hunters, with over 64 different species taken so far.
2007, I had finally saved up enough money to go to Africa for a Cape buffalo and leopard hunt. And the PH asked Caroline if she'd like to shoot an impala for a bait animal. Caroline, at 12 years of age, picks up that 300 Weatherby and incredible one-shot drops that impala. By the end of the hunt, Caroline had ended up taking 9 different species.
I've been around hunting pretty much my whole life, growing up on a farm, but I started whitetail hunting when I was about 6th grade, kind of. I started big game hunting when I was 12 because my dad had always wanted to go on a Cape buffalo hunt, and they're like, well, you can shoot something if you want to, and I was like, okay, you know. And they gave me a 300 Weatherby, and I knocked down 9 animals, and 7 of them were one shot, and they're like, well, I guess maybe she has a talent for this or something. So it just grew from there, and for being 16 and doing everything that I've done, it's incredible. I've been incredibly lucky. I mean, I've been to so many different places and seen so many different cultures that just have completely changed my life.
Caroline's mother, Lori, has been supportive of her love of hunting from the beginning.
One thing that hunting has done for us is brought our family together. Her little sister, Kimberly, now 14, has now decided to let Caroline guide her on her first deer hunt here in East Texas. So we're very excited for this opportunity, and it's wonderful to see the girls working so well together.
For her first ever whitetail hunt, her sister, Kimberly Pruitt, and Caroline have been invited to a private ranch owned by a woman's outdoor clothing designer, Haley Vines, near Lufkin, Texas. Kimberly is looking for a big buck, mature doe, or management buck. The first morning dawn is cool and wet.
From all of Caroline's hunting experiences, I've learned that you have to keep a good attitude, and even if it's a bad shot or you stalk something for hours, you have to keep trying and you have to keep your hopes up.
I really hope Kimberly gets something on this hunt. I mean, even if it's a hog or a coyote or a deer, anything. I mean, it's her first hunting experience, so I want it to be positive, and I want her to go home with something she can be proud of.
I really like the crossbow. The first time I shot it at 20 yards, it was dead on, and me and Caroline actually had a little competition, and I beat her with it, so I'm very confident with it. I'm glad that Caroline is my first PH because I really like listening to her tell me, what to do, instructing me, and well, not all the times, but in this case, I like being around her.
We got out there pretty early before the sun came up, and then once it did start coming up, we started noticing just a little bit of movement. There was about 4 does that came in, and it was an old doe and then a kind of young doe and then 2 big fawns, and they just kept coming in this way and then they'd leave, and then they come in another direction and then they leave. And all morning they were the only ones we saw. They just kept coming back and stuff. Well, we'll go out in a little bit and hopefully a big buck will come out instead.
During the afternoon hunt, Kimberly and Caroline have the stand to themselves. After a hot bowl of chili, it's off to bed, girls, and back into the woods first thing in the morning. The rain's coming down harder today, but the deer don't seem to mind. These two bucks pay a visit at first light. Later, the does appear. Late in the morning, a group of young bucks show up. One buck, this very tall spike, is exactly what Kimberly and Caroline are looking for.
That small one right there. The other one must be that goes straight up now. Okay. Caroline, will you turn the safety off? Make sure nothing's behind it. That's good. That's a really good shot right there. Good, set up.
Once I saw that tall spike, I knew that was probably a good one, and I was setting up a shot, and then they started fighting, and it was either in between two deers or in front of a deer, behind a deer. There was once a point where it was a perfect broadside shot, and I was fixing to pull the trigger, and it just turned too fast.
It's 30 yards. Now. That was exciting. Yeah, they're right there. Yeah, I could have got it, but he turned too fast.
Although Kimberly goes home empty-handed, the season here in Texas is long. And when you start your hunting career at the age of 14 and have a sister like Caroline at your side, you can count on a true lifetime of amazing hunting experiences yet to come.
I'm not sure if I like sitting that still for that long. I'm usually more active and stuff, but I enjoyed it, and I'll probably go again one time and hopefully be more lucky.
Honestly, that's hunting. I mean, it happens. You can't get discouraged when your hunt goes wrong or nothing happens or something. I'm really proud of Kimberly for persevering through it. I mean, it has to be a little disappointing, but she got through it, and next time she'll get lucky, I'm pretty sure.
I've been hunting for many, many years. It brings me as much or more joy watching my girls than it is for me actually pulling the trigger. I absolutely think that is the most enjoyable thing in my entire life.
Stick around for more with Women of the Wild Outdoors.